Happy 2022! Hope everyone has had a great new year, and as we humans like to do, is look at the next calendar year and dream about what these next 365 days might hold in store. And there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't look at what we wish for the gaming industry in the year 2022. Plenty of games have collectibles. Collectibles that are scattered throughout the world, or whatever game you are playing, and every single one of them have this same annoying trope. They are absolutely meaningless. Let's look at Far Cry 6, just as an example. You got USB sticks with music, so you can listen to it in your car, if it happens to be one of the cars that actually supports it. Unfortunately, by the time you have the last single one of those USB drives, you barely drive anywhere because you've already seen 90% of the map. The game also has these chests that you need to open with weird drawings, and they contain charms that you can put on weapons, because that's exciting. And you have idols to interact with that give you absolutely nothing, aside from, like, tiny bit of XP. Now, this is just Far Cry 6, but every open world game has collectibles that are not worth collecting, evident by the fact that the achievements and trophies paired with them are often rare, as only achievement and trophy hunters bother to collect them for, well, the achievements and trophies. No one else cares about them. It's time we see meaningful collectibles that offer a good amount of lore, or a reward that you can use in the game. And when I say a reward that you can use in the game, I mean by the time you still have some game left, and not where you've seen just about everything because you had to go everywhere and there's nothing else to do in the game anymore. That's often what happens. Think of the cloak that you get for collecting 6 million feathers in Assassin's Creed. You're never gonna wear that cloak. I mean, it's not the best reward anyway, but by the time you get the cloak, you would have been everywhere. Literally everywhere. You would have needed to go to the final chapter of the game before you can even collect the last feather. So what's the point? There's literally no point. It's time that we get something you can kind of get early on in the game, something that will last the entire game, and something that's worth collecting. And to give an example of a game that did this right, let's look at Saints Row 4. It's not the most popular game, I know, but Saints Row 4 did collectibles very, very right. You had the audio logs that gave a little bit of insight in the mind of both allies as well as enemies, as well as the power orbs that were scattered all around the world, and you needed those orbs to upgrade your powers. So they were worth collecting. Even if you're not a collector, you wanted to collect them because they actually gave you something in return. We need more of that, and less of the feathers and USB sticks and weird little trinkets that do absolutely nothing. Assassin's Creed, Halo, Far Cry, God of War, GTA, Mafia, Saints Row, Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, Dying Light, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, Skyrim, Fallout, the list goes on. Now, what do all these games have in common? They are open world. They dump you in a massive world with loads of freedom to explore whatever you want and go on various quests, travel from east to west and from north to south, and those open worlds are so great. Literally every story game that's been considered the best over the last decade was an open world. It's a great format, but please, please stop making so many of them. Between all the great open world games, it would be nice if we get a linear story game from time to time. Something like the old Halos, the Call of Duty campaigns, the Uncharted games, something that just drops you in level, you play to the end of the level, and then you go to level 2. Now I know there are still games like that, and that's great, but we really should have more of those games. The biggest problem is not that open world games aren't good, but they are so time consuming. It's almost a shame that we spent well over 100 hours in one of those open world games and miss out on so many other great stories. Less massive grindy worlds that will cost you those over 100 hours to complete, and more 25 to 30 hour campaigns with great stories that really drag you into a great adventure. These days we got betas, free to play days, but one thing that I really miss are game demos. Just so simple demos you can download whenever you want and play one or two levels or missions or quests or whatever you want to call it, and really get a taste of what the game is like. To mention a few games that could easily do something in 2022 would be Dying Light 2, the Saints Row reboot, or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Just release a demo, let people play a level, and be confident in your game and truly showcase it. Allow us to get the taste of the game and be convinced that we want it, instead of just quickly release a beta so people can play for like a weekend and they have to rush through it to find out if they like it, and if they don't have time, sucks to be them. Just give us a demo. You can download whenever you want. Just in the store, you press it, you download it, you play it, and allow people to actually get that taste and be confident that that is gonna sell your game. It's a very easy concept, and it just died out, and I don't really understand why. So, this was a short list of wishes for 2022 that I also personally think aren't too far-fetched either. Now it's time for you to share your thoughts in the comments. What are your gaming wishes for 2022? Do you like the wishes shared in this video? Drop your thoughts down below, and while you're down there, make sure you press the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you for watching, and of course, Happy New Year!